बोल मेरे श्री गुरु महाराज की जय, बोल साचे दरबार की जय। भक्तजनों, अगला अध्याय हम पढ़ते हैं जो है स्ट्रेंज मिरेकल्स एट जयपुर। वंस व्हेन ही वाज पुटिंग अप एट लाला Hazarimal's residence, a fakir called from outside, "I am hungry. Give me some food to eat." Harbakhsh, the youngest son of Lalaji, took some food and a jug full of water downstairs and entertained the mendicant, who then asked to have the vessel itself. The boy said, "I can't part with the pot without asking my parents." Getting furious at this reply, the mendicant said, "If you don't want to be cursed to ashes, give me the vessels. What if your curse reduces me to ashes? Our Guruji has the power to revive me." Then Paramhansji called the boy up. The mendicant also followed him upstairs and said, "If you don't let me have the vessels, you'll have to be burned to Holy One. You might get the vessel on his parents' bidding. As regards your curse, may I venture to say that no one has dared to burn me alive in a single glance so far, though I have wandered far and wide, having renounced my home and hearth." Hearing this, the mendicant in his fury raised his hand towards him and began to chant some incantations. Shri Paramhans Dayalji kept sitting without feeling perturbed. When the frenzied fakir had finished with his gibberish gimmick, Shri Paramhansji said, "Well, you have finished with yours. Now let me chant my incantations." At this, the fakir, who was himself burning hot with anger, felt pacified and fell at the feet of Guruji, begging to be forgiven. Shri Paramhans Dayalji then gave him pieces of sound advice, and thus the fakir departed from the scene, well satisfied and pacified too. No obligation in returning what belongs to another. Once a foppish fakir came to his presence, donning a turban and gaudy clothes. Shri Paramhans Dayalji felt a little annoyed and called him near. As he came nearer, Paramhansji removed the dandy's coat, etc., and made him wear a colourful long garment. As soon as the fakir put this garb on, there was a surprising change in his condition. He started dancing with the great exuberance. Paramhansji asked him, "Where do you want to stay now?" He made an earnest request that he wished to go on travels. Taking his kind permission with folded hands, the fakir left. Some of those present there humbly remarked, "Shri Maharajji, you have showered your grace on him." Shri Maharajji said, "Returning what belongs to another or sharing something with other is surely no obligation." Deen Dayal, the bening giver. Shri Paramhans Dayalji was a very kind-hearted person. He couldn't bear to see anyone in misery. Once a rich landlord came to his presence with a gift, a costly shawl from Kabul, that he put over the shoulders of Shri Maharajji. The landlord was still there when a naked fakir came and said, "I'm feeling cold, Baba. Give me something to wear." Shri Paramhans Dayalji took off the garment he was wearing and gave it to the fakir, and asking, "What else do you want?" The fakir said, "I want something to wrap my body with." Shri Paramhans Dayalji handed over the same shawl to him. When asked again about his need, he said, "I am bareheaded, you see." Shri Paramhans Dayalji removed his cap and gave it to the fakir, again asking him if he needed anything more. The fakir then pointed out to his bare legs and got the dhoti too. Now Shri Paramhans Dayalji became completely naked. Still he asked, "Well, do you want anything else?" Saying, "That's all," The fakir turned away. One of the devotees then rushed in and fetched another pair of garments for the generous giver to put on. A spiritual monarch. One day there was a great hustle and bustle at Jaipur railway station around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Colorful canopies had been raised, and there were elaborate police arrangements too. A vice regal special was expected to stream in at 4 p.m. The organizers of the function were promptly shuttling to and fro. During the last days of the British rule, there used to be elaborate arrangements for the Viceroy's visit, but this incident pertains to the period when there was peace in the country. The Viceroys used to pay their visits without any apprehensions even then. There used to be a vigilant arrangements to prior their visits. Around this very time, Shri Paramhans Dayalji set his foot on the platform with the mental garb put around the shoulders, a handsome, well built body, and a luminous glow on the divine face. He had to catch a train for Kishangarh. Since there was still some time for the train to arrive, Sri Paramhans Dayalji occupied a chair becket with silver and gold, but meant for the viceroy. This chair had been placed on an exquisite carpet spread over there. No one else but the chiefs and the big landlords who had come to receive the viceroy was allowed to enter the station. A government official went to the station master and said, "The special is expected any moment now. Please go and ask the gentleman to vacate the chair." The station master, a Muslim, went there and finding Shri Paramahansji Maharaj seated in the chair, returned to his office. Some other officials then asked the station master to get the chair vacated, but the Reverend Station Master refused to do so, even at the risk of losing his job. In the meantime, the special streamed in. All the high ups were there in the attendance to receive the dignitary. The viceroy got down the train and stepped on the platform amidst all the pomp and show. He cast his look towards the majestic occupant of the chair. Taking off his hat instantly, he saluted the seated majesty, thinking that he too must be a VIP. He left the place saluting Maharajji, once again thinking that he was some great and distinguished personage. After the visceral departure, when the train for Kishangarh arrived, the station master went to Maharajji and said with folded hands, "Maharajji, here comes your train." Hearing this, Shri Paramhans Dayalji aboarded his train. Bolo Jai Sachidanand Ji.